chairperson, I'm the co-president of IVSA, but I'm also the interim chair of our General Assembly today. And the chair would like the chair would call this session of the General Assembly to order at 11:45 UTC+1. The meeting is now in order. So hi everyone, we start with our agenda, and the first point is welcome and introduction of proceedings. And first of all, introduction to IVSA. So, we start with the IVSA presentation. Should work. I know you all are of IVSA, however, some of you still like news, so we want to give you an overview of what IVSA does. So, what is IVSA? IVSA is an International Veterinary Student Association, and it was established in 1953 in Germany in the wonderful town of Gießen. We are the largest veterinary student association and non-profit, non-governmental organization run by volunteer veterinary students from around the world. Our mission statement, we aim to benefit the animals and people of the world by harnessing the potential and dedication of veterinary students to promote the international application of veterinary skills, education, and knowledge. So, what's our structure? We have over 25,000 members in more than 190 universities in over 77 different countries worldwide, and we're still counting. Each member belongs to a national member organization, and some national member organizations consist of several local chapters. These are the current officials of IVSA. We will never have a group, but you can meet a lot of them here at the event. They're nice, they don't bite, and they're always happy to help you and to listen if you have any comments and you want to know more about IVSA. So, what do we do? For example, exchange programs, individual exchanges, and group exchanges. We have committees and networks that focus on different topics of the event. We have the development fund that is there to help our key beneficiary countries. We have the Congress and Symposium, we're attending the Symposium, it's still very exciting. We have collaborations and partnerships with various partners, local events, and publications. So, a bit more about the IVSA exchange program. Each year, IVSA exchange officers can organize a group exchange with other IVSA member organizations. They will help you find out the accommodation and places to travel. So, what is a group exchange? Two groups of students from different roles set this up, and we have two trips with veterinary exchange. So, veterinary will be made for round one, students from Indonesia, a trip for students who will be visiting from South Africa, and round two, students from South Africa, and a trip for students who will be visiting from Indonesia. Again, about our standing committees and networks, some more information. So we have the Standing Committee on Veterinary Education, and veterinary education encompasses the core teaching and learning in classrooms and all factors affecting it directly or indirectly, such as quality and quantity of study materials. The Standing Committee on Veterinary Education, SGA, has been established to improve the education of all veterinary students and professionals worldwide, by providing relevant educational resources, coming up with new and interesting ways of teaching and learning. SGA aims at elevating the overall standard of veterinary education worldwide and provide opportunities for veterinary students to undertake education in important areas outside traditional veterinary care. Then we have the Standing Committee on One Health. The role of the Standing Committee on One Health, short school, is twofold. One Health and veterinary public health. The committee aims to promote the importance of One Health and interdisciplinary collaboration between vets and other One Health-related scientists, as well as awareness of the role of veterinary public health. Scope is important for IVSA and its members, as it promotes the collaborations of vets, spreads knowledge of veterinary public health, provides opportunities in the sector, and promotes activity of the members within local and global projects. The Standing Committee on Career Attributes. The Standing Committee on Career Attributes, short SGA, was founded in July 2019 to work toward improving the professionalism and soft skills of IVSA members around the world and provide structure to the previously established IVSA Trainers Network. SGA aims to complement veterinary education with opportunities to improve career attributes for a successful future career in veterinary medicine for all veterinary students around the world. The Standing Committee on Animal Welfare. IVSA Standing Committee on Animal Welfare, short SGA, intends to address one of the IVSA's main objectives, to actively support measures for improving the standard of animal welfare worldwide. SGA aims to engage veterinary students on an international scale to increase levels of awareness and education of animal welfare and work towards creating a world in which animal welfare is maintained to be the high standards and animals and humans can live in harmony, whilst also preserving the environment. The Standing Committee on Wellness. Wellness is a quality or state of being healthy in body and mind, which can also be perceived as an approach to healthcare that emphasizes preventing illness and promoting life. Mental health problems are more and more commonly developed each passing year. Seeing that this problem is very real, several students at the International Veterinary Students Association created a Standing Committee on Wellness group. This committee is devoted, as its name suggests, into improving the wellness of the people and the veterinary profession and aims to promote the self-improvement of mental and physical health in the veterinary society, including veterinary professionals and students alike. Alumni Network. IVSA Alumni Network is just that, a network of IVSA members who have since graduated. Many say that their IVSA years were some of the best of their life, but the journey doesn't have to end when you graduate. The IVSA Alumni Network was founded in 2015 and is here to help support young vets on their onward journey by bringing and keeping the community together. Our Alumni Network is also of great value to the association, giving back to the community that has cultured so many memories and further education by any current student. The Wildlife Science Network. The IVSA Wildlife Science Network creates a space for IVSA veterinary students and alumni members to explore the vast spectrum of wildlife and animal medicine and surgery, with the aim to allow members to interact with each other while expanding their knowledge. Pathology Network. The IVSA Pathology Network creates a space for IVSA veterinary students and alumni members to explore the vast spectrum of pathology, with the aim to allow members to interact with each other while expanding their knowledge. And the Equine Network, just as an update after the Congress in Peru, the IVSA Equine Network used to create a space for all IVSA veterinary students and alumni members for the vast spectrum of equine medicine and surgery, with the aim to allow equine enthusiasts more comfortable to interact with each other and expanding their knowledge. We would like to thank everyone for their hard work and contribution to the Equine Network over the past few years, because the SGA dissolved in Peru Congress, so it's no longer existing. Development Fund. So the Development Fund is responsible for multiple things. For example, the scholarship grant, the IVSA Fund, the private award, the fee spots, IVSA merchandise, the membership fee fund, decided the live auction and the donor awards. The scholarship grant. Each year, the Development Fund releases applications for any IVSA member to stand a chance of winning money to fund their veterinary-related initiatives. The past year, there was 3 1,000 scholarships in total. The application includes a motivation letter, 2 recommendation letters, 1 being proposed from the dean stating that this is an improved internship by a university, as well as a draft budget to show us how the money will be spent. Keep up to date with the social media pages and field posted for more information and more specific guidance. Reduce fee spots. Every IVSA Congress and Symposium, there is an opportunity to receive one or two reduced fee spots places from the Development Fund to help get you to these amazing global events and be more involved. Applying for these is simple. When you have filled out the event application form, please fill in the extra part of the application to be considered for one of these places. IVSA merchandise. Of new and existing roles who are responsible for paying fees. Of new and existing roles who are responsible for paying fees to IVSA Global to apply the next term membership fees. It's encouraged in any role which is struggling to pay membership fees, apply for this. The applications for this year's fees open to the previous term. Regarding this term, the applications for next year's fees will be open in the second half of the term. DAD Life and Silent Auction. The Life and Silent Development Fund auctions are held at every IVSA Congress and Symposium. During these evenings, delegates from all over the world donate items from their own country for the Life and Silent Auction. The Silent Auction. During the Silent Auction, all items donated by delegates at the Symposium or Congress will be displayed in one room. If there is an item on the table that you would like to purchase, you can write your bidding number to pay or the bidding paper for that specific item. The item will go to the highest bidder at the end of the silent auction. The silent auction items are usually small goods and gadgets. The live auction. The live auction is a little different from the silent auction. In the live auction, the larger, more valuable items will be auctioned. You would like your bidding paid with your personal bidding number at the beginning of the meeting. All the live auction items will be auctioned one by one separately by an auctioneer on your side. Live auction items are usually bigger and more wanted. And DONOS, it's the Development Fund's newest tool to collect donations. DONOS is to have a donate button on the IVSA website letting us raise funds by giving the members and the host the option to pay their multiple platforms like Apple Pay, PayPal, Pay, etc. along with credit funds. Donors can also choose what project they would like to support, using fee spots, maybe scholarship, and membership fee fund. Our activities. We had the opening ceremony, and we are now in our General Assembly. We will have lectures, workshops, international events, and cultural evening tonight. Looking at the current and past IVSA events, we had the 72nd IVSA Symposium in Indonesia in January last year. We had the 73rd IVSA Congress in Peru last August. We are now at the 73rd IVSA Symposium SGA in Morocco, in Europe. And the 74th IVSA Congress SGA in Taiwan in August. International collaborations and partnerships. First of all, we have our Alliance Symposium Institute, and we really have to thank Polina because they are not providing us with just money. They are very helpful for workshops, lectures, general interaction, and we're really happy to have them not just as a sponsor, but actually as a scientific partner for IVSA. So at this point, we really would like to thank the Polina Institute for their support for the last years. Then we have our other sponsors, which is Royal Canon, Polina Brand, which is not the same as Polina Institute, and SIVA. We also would like to thank them for their continuous support, again, not just as sponsors, but also as scientific partners. Here we have some of our partners. So the difference between partners and sponsors, like give us money, or the partners are supporting us in various other things. And our partners are FICAVA, so the Federation of European Companion Animal Veterinary Associations, VISAVA, also Animal Veterinary Association, WPA, the Veterinary Association, WOA, the World Organization for Animal Health, the IVC Group International, EADE, World Food Partners, and Africa Public Health Student Network Initiative. Additionally, we also have those partners, AUA, FEE, ECCT, ERI, and IVSA their journal and website. So, here you can see a picture of our Facebook IVSA page. So, in general, like we're using all social media for all our applications that we mentioned. So, we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is now called X. And here we have the IVSA journal. If you haven't looked at it yet, you can check the QR code, but you can also just go to the website and check out the IVSA journal for the last term. It is an amazing document. It gives you a nice overview about what we achieved in the last term, so please check it out. Also, I would like to say again that this cover of the IVSA journal was part of the competition, and I'm again really thankful that so many people participated in this competition, and we made such an amazing journal cover. So again, you guys can also follow us on IVSA. And here our website, IVSA.org. We also have feature teams Instagram, so for each MENA, which is Middle East and Americas, we have specific Instagram channels, so please make sure you also follow them, and also our MOD account. Last but not least, we also have the IVSA TD account, so if you want to keep stay posted about everything that's going on there in the development A director life, follow this Instagram account. So remember to join us now, and you're already here, so please remember to bring as many students as possible to IVSA, because why? It's perfect. So, now we move to the next agenda point, which are roles of order newly revised, and this presentation will be held by Fleur.
Thank you, Felix. Also, welcome from my side. So, speaking about the rules of order. As Felix already mentioned, we are currently at an annual assembly. And the General Assembly, so-called GA, is the supreme decision-making body of the IVSA and consists of delegates and observers present at its meetings. During the GA, delegates representing their national roles discuss and make decisions that affect IVSA actions and policies. The GA is run according to the roles of order newly revised wrong. These rules create a professional, fair, productive environment for discussion and decision-making and are used by many parliaments and GAs all around the world. The GA should strive to adhere to the rules but avoid excessive strictness and technicalities if that might undermine the overall success of the meeting. So if we are just too strict and that would not work out, then we can go a little bit off the rules. Let's just get all of this. The GA elects the people that enforce the rules called officials of the GA. These officials are the chair. The chair is responsible for keeping order of the GA, giving delegates the floor to speak, organizing the discussions, and announcing the voting results. The chair must always remain neutral. Therefore, they cannot vote, participate in discussions, or make motions. What a motion is, we will speak about. Then there is parliamentarian. The parliamentarian ensures that GA respects the IVSA constitutions, bylaws, and those rules. They should strive to remain neutral, however, they maintain their right to vote, discuss, and make motions. Then there is the electoral. It governs other voting during GA and consists of 3 people, of whom at least one of them must be a former or current member of IVSA. Members of the election committee can be nominated in any election. Then there is the secretary, but the Secretary General of the IVSA automatically decides GA services to Penta. They are responsible for the roll call at the start of each meeting, coordinating roll call votes and keeping minutes of the GA. Before the GA, all members are assigned to a body. The body is an experienced IVSA member who understands the procedures and the rules of both IVSA and the GA. I hope everybody of you already knows who their body is. There should be WhatsApp groups created. If you don't are part of any WhatsApp group with your body, like all bodies please to raise your hands. So the people who are sitting closest to you, these are your bodies. So if you are not part of the WhatsApp group, please approach them because they definitely can help you grow. Bodies are responsible for guiding and supporting the delegates to ensure they understand procedures and are well informed to share their opinions. So, how is the GA structured? First of all, let's distinguish between a meeting and a session of the GA. Each time the GA gathers to discuss and make decisions without interrupting its proceedings, except for a short recess, it constitutes as a meeting of the GA. So we are currently right now in a meeting of the GA. And a session of the GA consists of meetings that occur within a particular time frame, such as during Congress or right proposal. So all GAs that we are having on this event are part of one GA session, and each GA that we have in each day is a GA meeting. The separate meetings of the GA are referred to based on their sequence as GA1, GA2, and so forth. Meetings can vary in length and purpose. And the recess is a break meeting during which delegates can temporarily leave the meeting area. But please stay close to the meeting area because we do have some time zones in that frames for the recess, and we need to keep the time flying. So please, when we say it's a 30-minute recess, be back in the GA hall after 30 minutes. After recess, the meeting is resumed exactly where it was interrupted. And then there is the standard ease. The standard ease, on the other hand, involves a brief pause in the meeting during which delegates can engage in quiet conversations, but really important, cannot leave the meeting area. Delegates can request to standard ease before voting to consult with other members of the same MO and with their bodies. Meeting is adjourned when it is declared to be officially over. When the last meeting of the session is concluded, the whole session is adjourned, and GA will not reconvene until the next Congress or Symposium. During the GA, business is conducted following the order set in the agenda. Each topic listed on the agenda is called an agenda point. While the agenda dictates the sequence of business, it usually does not prescribe the time to address each point. To address an agenda point specified, it is called order of the day. Orders of the day take precedence over other agenda points. All points that are not scheduled to be addressed at a specific meeting or time are typically listed in the agenda as GA1 onwards. They are discussed in order that have come up, starting from GA1 until they have all been addressed and resolved. The agenda has to be approved by the GA at its first meeting. We will do this soon. Speaking about the quorum. The quorum is the minimum amount of all active IVSA MOs that must be present for the GA to be able to make any decision. Currently, the quorum is 40% and it's always been attained during the GA, otherwise no vote can be taken. For this reason, once the GA starts, delegates can't leave the meeting area. To determine the quorum, the SG calls out loud the names of the MOs and asks to confirm their presence. We will do this after this presentation. So, how are decisions made? It all begins with a motion. Any motion is valid as long as it follows the Robert's Rules of Order, the bylaws, and the Constitution. Only one motion can be discussed at a time. And there can be no vote unless there is a motion on the floor. After a motion has been voted on, it is not possible to make another identical or almost identical motion during the same session. So, how do you make a motion? First step, and right now please all pay attention, this is really important because this is how we need to go to run the GA. So, the first step is to obtain the floor. For this, you would raise your hand. So, raise your hand and wait for it to recognize you. After that, stand up, identify yourself by clearly stating out in the microphone your full name, your member organization, and your video number. Does everybody of you has received the delegate badge? Because on the delegate badge on the bottom, you can see your video number. It needs to be stated out because this makes the life of Secretary General a lot easier to write down the minutes. If one of you does not have received the delegate's badge, please approach us after this presentation or in the track so we can give you the video number. Now you can make your motion, beginning with I move that or I move to, followed by proposed action. To be discussed, most motions require support from at least one other delegate. Anyone can support a motion by simply shouting second after it has been proposed. Once a motion has been made, the chair must entertain it, which means they recognize it as valid. To do so, they have to restate the motion to the assembly, ensuring everyone understands it, open the debate, allowing delegates to discuss the motion, and the chair must ensure that everybody had the chance to share their opinion. When the debate has been concluded, the chair will call for a vote on the motion currently on the floor. So, let's do the same. So, one delegate raises their hand, and the chair recognizes this person and says, John Doe, you may speak. John Doe continues with presenting himself. John Doe, IVSA Belgium, bidding number 32. I move to make a round of applause for our amazing hosting. And then one of the delegates screams second, and the chair restates the motion. So the motion on the floor is to make a round of applause for the OC. Is there any discussion? Then another delegate raises her hand. The chair recognizes her. She stands up and presents herself. Jane Ross, IVSA Reggiana, bidding number 87. The OC has been incredible, so I agree that it deserves some love and appreciation. Thank you, Jane. Is there any other discussion? Then, if there's no discussion more, the chair moves to the next. Is there any objection? Seeing none, the motion is passed, and now you can clap your hands. So, I hope this is clear for everybody. If not, please ask your vice, they can explain it to you again. So, also important, it is to note that the chair cannot make motions. However, they can let the GA know that they will accept a particular motion by saying, for example, the chair will entertain the motion 2. Any member can then request the floor and move that motion by saying, I so move. Let's do another example. So the chair will entertain the motion to go into a recess. One delegate raises his hand and waits until the chair recognizes him. The chair says, John Doe, you may speak. John Doe presents himself again. John Doe, IVSA Belgium, bidding number 32. I so move. Now, somebody from the GA needs to second it. Then, the motion on the floor is to go to recess. The chair restates the motion. It's easy, right? So, Now, throughout the presentation, we spoke quite a lot about the term debate. The term debate refers to discussion, the merits of a pending motion. With few exceptions, the delegate may not speak unless recognized by the chair, recognized and given the floor by the chair. The person who proposed the motion under consideration has the right to speak before other members, and to discuss the motion again. A delegate who has already spoken on it must wait until all other members who wish to discuss that motion have had the chance to do so. When a delegate has the floor, their intervention must be relevant under the topic of the discussion. Delegates are not allowed to engage in direct discussion with each other. Please do this, because if not, it will be too loud in this room and we cannot understand each other correctly. And when speaking, delegates must always refer to the chair, so regular group Felix, and refrain from directly addressing other members by using their names. They should be referred as the previous speaker. And the chair should be addressed in first person as the chair. Finally, delegates must always be respectful to another. The GA is a place of a safe discussion, and nobody should act in a way that would make others uncomfortable or discourage them from speaking their mind. Speaking about motions, there are two classes of motions. There is the main motion. The main motion proposed new business to the GA can only be made and discussed when there is no other motion on the floor. Then there are secondary motions. Secondary motions generally arise from and apply to another motion. Therefore, they can be made and discussed even while there is a business pending. Some secondary motions are used to modify, delay, or dispose other motions. These are: to amend. A motion can be amended to change the wording, remove, or add an picture. An amendment can be amended itself, but an amendment of an amendment cannot be further amended. Then there is the option to limit the date. This is used to set a limit to the duration and number of interventions that can be made during the debate. You can make a motion to move to the previous question. It's moved to end all debate and to bring a vote on the pending motion. You can table or postpone a certain motion. These similar motions are used to postpone the consideration of a motion or agenda point to a later time during the same session. And the main difference is that when a motion is tabled, the time to resume it is not specified. Then there is the option to postpone indefinitely. This completely removes the motion without from consideration of the GA, killing it without having to vote. It is useful when a motion on the floor is poorly chosen and neither adopting nor rejecting it is the best interest of the GA. Other secondary motions allow the GA to deal with important and urgent issues or requests without delay. They take precedence over other business and don't require any debate. These motions are: to go into recess, to stand at ease, and to adjourn. Allow the assembly to interrupt or terminate its proceedings. The point of privilege is raised to introduce a request or a motion addressing urgent matters related to the rights or safety of the GA room or the comfort of its members, such as noise, room, temperature, lighting, ventilation, and other disturbances. Specific points of privilege can be effectively communicated without interrupting the proceedings using a card system. These cards you can find when you scan your delegate badge. You can scan it to enter the delegates drive, and there is a folder with all cards included. One of the cards is a yellow card. The delegates fill if delegates speak, the speaker is talking too fast, and once they're slow down, they can raise the hand. Similarly, they can show an orange card if they want the speaker to speak louder. If the discussion is confusing and challenging to follow, delegates can raise the blue card to ask the chair to summarize it. Some secondary motions are raised to address issues that require immediate attention and resolution before the GA can continue. They are unavailable, and delegates can make them without being recognized by the chair, even if it interrupts others temporarily. These are point of order. Point of order is made when someone notices a violation of the rules and wants to request their enforcement. When they notice a serious breach in the rules, delegates can just stand up and say point of order out loud, but they must do it promptly, addressing the issue when it occurs. Parliamentary inquiry is a motion made to obtain information about Robert's rules, the bylaws, and the constitution of IVSA. Point of information is a question directed to the chair or from the chair to another delegate to obtain information not related to GA procedures or other IVSA rules. Withdrawn. A motion can be withdrawn without a vote by the person who originally made it before the chair entertains it. After the motion has been stated by the chair, it can only be withdrawn by approval of the chair. Finally, some secondary motions are used to bring back again other motions under the consideration of GA. These are to untable as a purpose of bringing back a motion that was previously tabled together with a pending secondary motion that might adhere to it. To reconsider is used to review and potentially reverse the outcome of a vote. It allows GA to reopen the discussion on a motion that has been voted on during the current or previous meeting, not session, of the GA, but not an old motion. Speaking about vote, just 1 second, please. Sorry about that. What about vote? The IVSA uses an MO-based voting system, with each active MO getting 2 votes on a pending question or position to be voted on. Delegates from each MO must come to an agreement between themselves as how they want to cast their 2 votes. At the beginning of every session of the GA, active MOs must select one delegate who will state the votes of their country. For those MO attending with just one delegate, congratulations, you are the delegate to vote. For those in multiple places, please speak with each other who will cast your votes. When voting on a motion, MOs can vote favor or against it. However, when it comes to elections, MOs express their preferences for a different candidate but cannot vote against the candidate. MOs can cast their 2 votes differently on the same matter to make a split vote, for example, casting 1 vote in favor and 1 vote against the motion. MOs can also abstain from a vote for various reasons like lack of strong opinion, a desire to remain neutral, or a conflict of interest. Important. Abstentions are not included in the vote count as they are subtracted from the total number of votes. Therefore, abstaining from voting and voting against are not the same thing. There are several methods used to vote on a motion. First, and the most used method is the anonymous consent. If the chair anticipates no opposition to a motion, they may ask whether anyone objects to it. If there is no objection, the motion passes through anonymous consent. Then there is the comprehensive vote. The standard method of voting on motions in IVSA is using colored voting cards. The voting delegate from each MO will receive 2 green, 2 red, and 2 white cards. This allows MOs to either vote in favor, green, against, red, or abstain, white or no cards raised, or in any combination of all. So, as you can see, you can vote 2 in favor, 2 against, 2 abstain, or in any combination. Voting cards can also be provided in digital form. You will find it also in the delegates drive in the same folder where you find the cards I mentioned earlier, for the chair, for the speaker to speak louder, as well as for the chair to summarize. Roll call voting. During a roll call vote, each MO is asked to state out 2 votes out loud when the secretary calls their name. So, Secretary General would, for example, call IVSA run. I will call out IVSA Rurik time, and then the vote delegate will stand up and will say 2 votes in favor. Secret ballot. Secret ballot is used when this is 2 separate identical ballots to cast their votes. Important regarding this. Please, for each MO, check if you have access to your official IVSA email account. Because when we have a secret ballot vote, these votes will be sent to your official email account. If you don't have access and can't reach out to the president to grant you access, you can come to November and he can reset the password so you have access. This is really important. If you don't have access to the email, you cannot vote. Although it's not a common practice to vote on motions, it is the only method used to vote during elections. There are 2 different voting systems used for the elections by secret ballot. The first one is optional preferential voting. This voting system is used where only 1 candidate is to be elected for a position. Instead of just voting for a single person, voters can rank their nominees in order of preference. If a candidate receives an outright majority, they are declared the winner. If no candidate has a majority after the first count, the one with the fewest first preferences is eliminated. The votes for the eliminated person are then redistributed to the remaining nominees based on the number of second preferences indicated on those ballots. This process is repeated until 1 candidate has a majority of votes. Then there is a voting plurality at large. It is used for bodies where more than 1 candidate is to be elected, like trust or secretariat. In the ballot, MOs may vote for as many candidates as the number of seats to be filled or less. The candidate with the most votes wins the seat, and the majority is not required. All decisions of the GA must be reached by a simple majority of those present and voting unless otherwise specified. The majority of the GA is over half of the votes cast by active MOs present, with the exclusion of abstention. There are, however, some circumstances that represent an exception. For example, amendment of bylaws and constitution may only be made with a 3/4 majority. Nominations for IVSA officials will be opening at the beginning of each GA until GA4. Nominations for the host of the 75th IVSA Symposium will be opened until GA7. Delegates can nominate any IVSA member for position, whether they are present or not, but cannot nominate themselves. So if you want to get nominated for any position, find another delegate to nominate you. To nominate someone, it is necessary to obtain the floor, identify yourself, then state the full name and the number of the person you are nominated. The nominated person has to refuse the nomination. If the nominated person is absent, another delegate must accept nomination on their behalf. And members can only accept one nomination for any IVSA official position at a time. Is everything clear? If not, feel free to ask any questions you have. That's all. So, enjoy the GA.
Thank you very much, Florian. Are there any questions about local rules of order? I know you're raising your hand right now, but I know there are questions, and that's totally normal. Don't be scared. That's why we have buddies. By the way, if you really call for buddies, I noticed some head shaking in the room here because you don't have your buddy yet. And also because your buddy did not arrive yet. I will be your buddy. I will talk to you later. Okay. So if there are no questions, we move on with the next agenda point, which will be the roll call of member organizations, and this is for Upengra. Can we have the number?
Upengra Chauhan, IVSA Exco, building number 10. So everyone, we are going to roll call. Whoever is present, just say good morning in your own language. So I'm going to call out two animals. IVSA Austria, IVSA Belgium, IVSA Colombia, IVSA Czech Republic. Can you stand up and say good morning in your own language? Thank you. IVSA Denmark, IVSA Estonia, IVSA Finland, IVSA Germany, IVSA Ghana, IVSA Greece, IVSA India, sorry, I missed IVSA Guatemala, IVSA India, IVSA Indonesia, IVSA Italy, IVSA Japan, IVSA Kenya, IVSA Zambia, IVSA Malawi, IVSA Morocco, IVSA Nepal, IVSA Nigeria, IVSA Norway, IVSA Panama, IVSA Peru, IVSA Portugal, IVSA Romania,
Bună dimineața!
IVSA Serbia, IVSA Slovenia, IVSA South Africa, IVSA South Korea, IVSA Spain, IVSA Sweden, IVSA Switzerland, IVSA Taiwan, IVSA Tanzania, IVSA the Netherlands, IVSA Turkey, IVSA Uganda, IVSA UK, IVSA Ukraine, IVSA USA. IVSA Zambia. So we have a quorum of 44 and 44%. So our quorum is passed.
Thank you very much, Pedro. Before we continue, the Chair wants to acknowledge the presence of an honorable life member, Mehdi Abrani, during this General Assembly. We now continue with the next agenda point, which is the election of the chair. Are there any nominations for the chair position?
I nominate Valeria Jimena Chavez Padilla, IVSA Trust, IVSA Peru, for the position of Chair of the General Assembly.
Thank you very much.
Valeria Jimena Chavez Padilla, IVSA Peru, bidding number 15, I accept.
So my time as interim chair has ended, and now we over to Valeria. Oh, are there any other nominations? Seeing none, Valeria Chavez Padilla is elected as chair of the General Assembly with all the vote.
Alright, thank you so much, Felix. Now we are continuing with the election of the parliamentarian. Are there any nominations? Yes.
Maya Pagacnik, IVSA Slovenia, bidding number 14. I nominate Florian Schilling of IVSA Munich to be the parliamentarian.
Okay, Florian.
Florian Schilling, IVSA Germany, bidding number 11. I accept.
Are there any other nominations for the position of parliamentarian? Seeing none, Florian, congratulations, you're a parliamentarian. Okay, now let's move on to the next agenda point. It is the election of the election committee. Are there any nominations? Yes, I will.
Hee-won Jang, IVSA South Korea, bidding number 72. I would like to nominate Stavros Papathiotis, IVSA Exco, as member of election committee.
Okay, Stavros is not here, so is there anyone to accept on his behalf?
Caroline Schneider, IVSA Germany, bidding number 1. I accept on his behalf.
So we have our first candidate. Are there any others? Yes.
Ian Alvarez, IVSA UK, bidding number 79. I would like to nominate Peter Peterson from IVSA Denmark for election committee.
Okay, Peter.
Peter Nicholas, IVSA Denmark, bidding number 7. I accept.
Bosman, IVSA Germany, bidding number 74. I would like to nominate John Jin from IVSA Ghana for election committee.
She will restate me.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Bosman, IVSA Germany, bidding number 74. I would like to nominate John Jin, IVSA Exco, as an election committee.
Thank you, John.
John John, IVSA COVID number 69 assets.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, congratulations to John, Stavros, and Peter. They are now the election committee members. Okay, so the next agenda point is the election of the report card auditors. Are there any nominations? Yes, John?
John John, IVSA COVID number 69.
It's not allowed to nominate because it's the election committee.
No, I'm not nominating. Point of reformation. What's our report card on this?
Okay, so I would like Felix to answer this question.
Felix Casca, IVSA COVID number 46. So, regarding this day, we have report cards for officials. Those report cards are there to evaluate how officials have been working, and those cards will be shown at the IVSA Congress, so the upcoming Congress in Taiwan. The report card auditor basically helps with the checkup of this report cards to make sure that, for example, that the Secretary General and his team who are in charge of making those report cards don't give themselves a higher grade than others. So they are there to just make sure that everything was done correctly and in a fair way. So this is a position we really need. However, it is not that much work, and we have John John as former report card auditor, who would be, of course, always be willing to help you. So we would be really thankful if we can find a volunteer to do that.
Thank you, Felix, for the explanation. So, are there any nominations? Yes.
My name is Zeren Chitimba from IVSA Turkey, bidding number 59. I nominate Ebenezer Efa from IVSA Ghana, bidding number 40, as the election of as the report card auditor.
Ebenezer Ipa, IVSA Ghana, bidding number 40 assets.
Are other nominations? Seeing none, congratulations, Ebenezer. You are the report card auditor. Alright, so the next agenda point is amendments to approval of the proposed agenda. Yes, Lauren?
Congratulations, IVSA
As first point in GA1 onwards, I would like to add, or I move to add, the nomination of an honorary life member at IVSA.
Okay, so the motion on the floor is to add agenda point nomination of honorary lifetime member. Is there any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, the motion passes. Alright, so this is our agenda. I would entertain a motion to approve the proposed agenda. Yes, please.
Ryan Schmidt, is it Johnny, bidding number 11, I so move.
Alright, the motion on the floor is to approve the proposed agenda. Any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, the motion passes, so the agenda is approved. Alright, now moving on to the next point, it is nominations for president position 2025-2026 of IVSA Global. Are there any nominations? Yes, Violet?
I would like to nominate Sujan Ariel, IVSA Exco, for the position of President 2025-26. Thank you.
Susan?
Susan Adel, IVSA Exco, bidding number 20. I accept.
Okay, so we have our first candidate. Are there any other nominations? Yes, Helen?
Hey, Wondering, IVSA South Korea, bidding number 72. I would nominate Tammy Negron, IVSA Exco, as president position for 2025-2026.
Alright, Tammy?
Tammy Negron, IVSA Exco, bidding number 3, I accept.
Alright, guys, just table so you can see the names of the positions, the correct positions in Expo MO, the nominator name, so it is easier for our Secretary General, and you can check it. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations are now closed and will be reopened at GA2. They will be open until GA4. Okay, so the next agenda point is nominations for the 75th IVSA Congress, which will happen in 1.5 years. Are there any nominations? Seeing none, nominations are now closed and will be reopened at GA2. Nominations for the host of the 75th IVSA Congress will be open until GA7. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your buddies or to the officials team. Also, please. Okay. So it will be open just until GA4. Now, moving on to the next agenda point, nominations for the 75th IVSA Symposium, which will happen in 2 years. Are there any nominations? Seeing none, nominations are now closed and will be reopened at GA2. And for some clarification, the 75th IVSA Symposium is yet to be decided if it's going to be online, hybrid, or in person. Now, moving on to the next point. No, before moving on to the next point, the chair will entertain a motion to limit the speech duration during discussion to a maximum of 2 minutes. Yes, Peter.
Peter Pilsner, Denmark, bill number 7, point of information with regards to the 75th IVSA Symposium in 2 years. When it's not certain yet, what does that mean for a country wishing to host in terms of getting nominated here? Just for clarification.
Okay, so I would like to answer this question.
The transparency excluding number 46. So at the moment, this would mean for a moment gets nominated, they would need to be prepared to host an event, either live, symposium, live online hearings. So right now they should actually need to prepare for all three kinds of hostings.
I have the question. Okay, are there any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations are closed, will be reopened at GA2, and, no, it needs to be, moved by someone. Okay, Florida.
From Chile, I say Germany, number 11, I so move.
Okay, so now, the motion on the floor is to limit the speech duration during discussion to a maximum of 2 minutes. Is there any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, the motion has passed, and we will have a limit to up to 2 minutes to give our speeches during the discussions that we have in the General Assembly. All right, the next agenda point now. 1 p.m. and 17 minutes UTC plus 1. So, the next agenda point is honorary life membership. Before that, the chair would like to acknowledge the presence of IVSA alumni members as observers. Florian?
Florian Schmidt, IVSA Journey, beginning number 11. I move to give speaking rights to the observers.
Floor is to give speaking rights to the observers. Is there any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, the motion has passed and our observers have now speaking rights. Alright, so let's move on with the agenda point. Membership.
Expo Bill number 46. I will give the presentation examination for honor life membership for Dr. Lisa Boren from IVSA, the Netherlands. So, first of all, who are the IVSA honorary life members? Honorary life members is the highest honor that can be given by the IVSA. To this day, honorary life membership has only been awarded 15 times in over 70 years of IVSA history. Given to special individuals who have made significant contributions to IVSA domestically or internationally. Honorary life membership nomination is made by the Executive Committee and granted by the General Assembly. Dr. Lisa Boren, IVSA Netherlands, joined IVSA circa 2015. She was chair of the IVSA SGA, IVSA Netherlands and Open President, and OC President of IVSA Congress 2021, but it sadly got cancelled because of COVID. She was also in the IVSA Policy Task Force 2016. She was in the IVSA OC Manual Task Force 2018 until 2022. She was in the IVSA History Task Force, and she was chair of the task force from 2023 until now. And she was in the IVSA Diversity, Equity, and Inclusivity Task Force from 2021 to 2022. She was alumni network chair from 21 to 22, trustee 22, 23, and 23, 24, co-chair of the Third IVSA Strategic Planning Committee 24 until 29. So, as you've seen, Lisa has done many things, a lot of amazing things, and that's why I moved to make Dr. Lisa Boren an honorary life member, HLM of the IVSA.
Thank you, Felix. The motion on the floor is to make Dr. Lisa Boren an honorary life member of the IVSA. Is there any discussion? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I have had the pleasure of knowing and working with Lisa since 2018 when we met. So that was like 7 years ago, I think. And it's very rare to find somebody that has been involved for as long as she has. It's like 12 years. It's easily like 1/5 of all of the IVSA history, because we're 70 years old. So that's something. And I've only ever known her to be a kind, respectful, and very generous person at her own personal expense. Because if you ask her to do something, she will not say no, and she will do it even if it doesn't work with her schedule, she doesn't feel right, she's sick, or whatever. She will find it. And I mean, the way I always described her is as a force of nature. In the strategic planning committee, we had a nickname for her, which is Lisa GPT, because she has an answer to everything. And yeah, it's a beautiful and amazing person overall. and I'm very happy that she gets the recognition she deserves. Thank you.
Alan Oliver, IVSA alumni. As you might hear from my accent, I am Dutch. So I have known Lisa since 2016, like 9 years ago now. And honestly, I think you saw all of the things that Lisa was officially involved in. That's a quite big under. Not been many IVSA projects that Lisa has at least not had a hand in, because everyone is always very kind and helpful, as Mehdi just said. Yeah, personally, as a fellow Dutch person, I think he's very, very deserving of the title of excellent. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Please.
Please, let's go and say Exco bidding number 46. I would like to allow us to read a comment by Tessa Badun in the current IVSA Trust on behalf of
the motion on the floor is to allow. Is there any objection? Seeing none, Felix, you're no.
Thank you. So, Felix, let's go and say Exco bidding number 46. Lisa and I met in Utrecht, and I'm so happy she took this aim when she was not only chair of SCOBI, but also Secretary General of our local Student Study Association. Lisa has done so much for this association internationally and locally. Going to Brussels to work with IVSA Bank, helping OCs behind the scenes, then being OC, even though due to COVID sadly had to cancel, meetings in the middle of the night, all different task forces, and so much more. I can't imagine a person more worthy of the age of
as some of you already know, I was supposed to be in Morocco, but I got sick a few weeks ago, and now I have to stay home and wait for a surgery, which because I really want to be there with you guys, not only because I want to be at an IVSA event, obviously, but now I'm missing out on my nomination as an HLM. Thank you everyone for your kind words, and this is such a big honor. I didn't really expect it. But yeah, I'm a bit lost of words. But thank you so much, and for everyone there, I would just like to say there's a good reason that I've been involved with IVSA for as long as I've been. I made some of my best friends there, and I never stopped wanting to give back to IVSA for as long as I did, and I hope IVSA can be as an important place to you as it has been for me. And hopefully when I'm better, I'll actually get to meet some of you guys again at an IVSA event.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right, with that being said, congratulations, Lisa. And now, the chair would entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Diana Großmann, IVSA Germany, bidding number 74. I so move.
Do we want to go into recess instead?
Florian Schilling, IVSA Germany, bidding number 11. I'm still correcting. We want to.
That's adjourning the session. I hope it is clear. If not, I will clarify it. So when we adjourn the meeting, we adjourn GA1, and and then we will continue with GA2. Yes, Peter?
Peter Nicholas, I'm in Denmark, bid number 7. I move to go into recess and then, if it is necessary, adjourn the meeting when we return after lunch. Otherwise, this can be discussed between alumni and expo similar in the lunch break. Yes? Thank you.
So the motion on the floor is to go into a recess and then discuss if we are going to adjourn the meeting. Is there any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, we are in a recess.